Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me this afternoon is Patty Anderson, City Clerk for the City of Fitchburg. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. I'm so glad you could take the time to get in here and help us navigate this year's election info.
Yes.
And first, I just want to say thank you for what all of you, your staff election officials, do. You guys put up with a lot. You do a lot. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
I see I don't get you on the show enough, so when I can, I got to thank you for everything you do. You guys are wonderful up there.
Couldn't do it without my staff and the election workers, so they really are the ones that get the kudos because I couldn't do it without them. So.
Right, yeah. So, but you yet draw the short straw and have to come here and be on the show. You,
right?
You know you can delegate that, right?
I would like to. Nobody wants to do it.
You're right, though, because I'm the manager of the department, and I'm sitting here, so...
There you go.
That's delegating right there. So what we're going to talk about is election info for this year, and we got a spring election coming up. And so, but before we talk about that, let's just look at the dates here first of what we've got coming up. So we're already into the spring primary right now.
We are.
And then in April is when this election actually takes place. August and November, what are we looking for as far as what we're voting on there?
Well, the April election, you'll have county supervisors, school districts. Currently, there wouldn't be anything for the City of Fitchburg locally because that is on a different cycle. Futuristically, that will be changing, but for current this year, April will be school board races, county supervisors, just as a Supreme Court, obviously, because that's what the primary is for this time around. There are other offices on there as well. Some of the court judicial items are on there as well, so for April. The partisan primary is typically narrowing down the candidates for the November election. It's partisan because obviously they're partisan offices that are on that ballot. And then the November election is going to be obviously the big one for the general election for the governor's race and obviously other things as well. But that's the big ticket item on that one.
Yeah, so you'll have a bit... You're kind of ramping up to the big one.
We're ramping up to the big one. We start slow and gradually get bigger as we go.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about the spring primary, what you got going on right now. You said we've got one piece on the ballot here for our primary. We'll take a look here. What do we got up?
The Justice of Supreme Court is on this ballot, so there's 3 candidates on the ballot. We're doing absentee voting right now in office, so in-person absentee voting is going on, started this week, and it'll go through the 16th, I believe, is the date.
You got it.
And we'll be open until 5 p.m. that day. Otherwise, it's the normal business hours from 7:30 to 4:30 Monday through Friday.
And you're coming right here to City Hall. Makes it nice and easy. And then you have some other areas as well, correct, for the primary?
What do you mean?
For shipping in your ballot and whatnot.
Oh, yes. Yep.
I couldn't think of the name. I'm like, I know there's a real name to this.
Yep. They can actually request an absentee ballot by mail. Yes. And some of those people that are overseas or temporarily overseas for school, things like that, we can actually physically email them the ballot and they can mail it back to us.
I didn't even know that.
So yeah, that's an option as well. All that information is on our website, so if you need specifics or if you want to just call City Hall, we can answer any of those questions.
Another big reason why I wanted to get you in here is we've got the polling locations.
Yes, and we've had some changes.
Yep, so that is big, and let's dive right into it. We've got a graphic.
We have a graphic.
We have a graphic for that.
So District 1, that one is one of the polling locations that's changing, and obviously that's changing because of the fire station that was newly constructed on Marketplace Drive. And the old fire station is not being inhabited right now and is going through a sale process. So we did need to move that polling location to the new fire station, which is located at 2931 Marketplace Drive. Everything pretty much will function exactly the same as it has in the past. You just have a new location. And then District 2 is the same fire station number 1 on Lacey Road. That has not changed. District 3 is now the Wyndham's Garden. It's the hotel that is off of Cahill, Maine. It's kind of right on the corner of PD and Cahill, and we're using the ballroom there.
Oh, that big ballroom.
The big ballroom. So if you enter the parking lot, it's going to be the ballroom on your left. There's ample parking. I think drop-off at the doors as well because of the nice circle drive that they have there. So some of those people that have a difficult time getting into the polling location should be able to be just dropped off at the door, and there's an elevator inside. So
I was going to say, there's a nice stairway, but there's also an elevator, too,
yes,
to get you
yep.
down to that main floor.
Yep.
So
So there should be no worries as far as accessibility there. That one is located at 2969 Cahill, Maine.
Mm-hmm. And then you still got your solid one here.
Yep, the solid one here at the community center. It is one of our larger facilities, which is nice. It serves the public pretty well with space that we have at the community center. But that's the 4 polling locations. Those will probably change in the future, but currently that's what they will be for now until we go through the whole census and redistricting in the future.
Oh boy. Well,
Yeah.
we'll keep you notified of that,
Yeah.
of
Yep.
course, as it gets closer
Yep,
to
that's
that.
years away, but that's what we'll be dealing with is these 4 for now.
Always nice to know that information ahead of time, so I appreciate that. Last but not least, we still have the voter ID piece in as well, correct?
We do, yep. So you would need to provide your photo ID when you come in. The important thing for voters to realize is that is just to prove who they are, and that the person that is in front of them is actually who they are. It does not have to have your current address on it, so just for photo ID purposes, it just needs to be valid with not expired, basically.
That's good to know, because I had one when I moved that I didn't change for a while, and that never crossed my mind, but
Yep.
that's really good to know.
Yep,
So.
and the only time you would really need, if you're going to use that as your proof of residence, if you're needing to re-register, that would be really the only time it would need to be current and valid with their address on it.
Perfect. Well, if anybody's got any questions, anything, certainly hit the website up. There's a lot of great information there.
Yes, there's a lot of information there, but we're always available, so if you want to call and leave a message, we'll get back to you, or if you want to call during business hours, any one of us can answer those questions.
Fantastic. That is Patty Anderson from, again, your City Clerk of Fitchburg. High five. You do a great job. We're going to take a quick break. We'll wrap up the show next. It is Talking Fitchburg.